You're listening to Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof on Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof on Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. I can't believe this. Don't want to start a show off like this again. Never again. Which one? Here? Why is that happening? Are we okay? Everything's falling apart. It's almost over. See? It's all terrible. Good enough. All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is September 6th, 2022. How the hell are you? We're here, and I'm sure I'm not liking this outfit. Got a lot of stuff to go over. Yep. Glad you're here. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Just don't worry about it. Something's wrong right now. We had some technical issues. And everything looks fine now. What's up, goofball Henninger? I see you there. Tonight, Elizondo again. I know. I don't even know if I want to talk about him. He is the anti-ufologist. Think about it. What has Lou Elizondo... Is Elizondo a historian of ufology? No. Does Elizondo go hunting for UFOs? No. Does he analyze video? No. Does he do anything else like research for anything paranormal, CE5, maybe he's interested, maybe something like that? No? No. God, how does he really get himself these jobs? I have no idea. What else has he done? Does he have a degree? No, he doesn't have a degree like that, is it? Something. But anyway, he's something or another. And then the hypocrisy of Avi Loeb. I have video proof, evidence, and I'm really, really angry that I couldn't make the videos. See, what I do is I download the YouTube video onto what's called a YouTube downloader, and it rips the music and the video. So I take that and I go to put it into my Adobe Premiere, the editor, because I wanted to make this look really clean tonight. I wanted it to look very professional looking and everything else. Instead of, hold on, let me find it for a second. Oh, I got it. Here it is. Well, usually I don't do that, but it happens more often than I'd like. See, and I have all these places I could put the videos and clips. It just takes a little effort. So I put the effort, and it wouldn't rip the video portion. All I had was audio. I was so mad. I'm like, I did all this. I go to put the effort in, and I have to get a different downloader. But I tried another video to see if it worked, and it worked. I was using a Third Phase of Moon video because they interviewed Avi Loeb now 3 times. So I went to get some things that he said, and it wouldn't rip it. Quick roll call. Helen Crystal Energy, welcome to the show. Jar Jar Binks, welcome to the show. Hello to Goof on Friends Incorporated. I have them in third straight La Nina with me. And I was knowing call women. All right, Jar Jar. Mr. So happy. I'm a meteorologist. Huh. Great. Thank you for the report, Jar Jar. Rebecca Wiles, welcome to the show. Marie Jose Sproul. Josie, welcome to the show. Fernambulax, welcome to the show. Brett S., you too, welcome to the show. Ian McFadden, welcome to the show. I don't know, something's wrong, all right? I don't feel myself. Martin, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Event Horizon, I'll wake up, and I wasn't sleeping. Derek Kennedy, welcome to the show. Props with a Z, welcome to the show. Gary Henninger, are you going to open chat like last week with Shirtless Bob? Oh, shit, it's Tuesday. Oh, fuck. The holiday threw me off. Oh, no! That's right. I was supposed to... You know what? We'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Fuck, I forgot all about it. I knew I forgot something. I said, what am I supposed to do? I can't even remember that. Well, that's because I wanted to do it every week. Yeah, today really is like, I screwed up. Yeah. Is it Tuesday? It is. Yeah, don't ask. I don't frickin' know. Tomorrow, I'll open up the lines mañana. Yeah, forget it. I can't today. I got a whole show. I got all ready to go. Well, I tell you what. No, tomorrow. Mind blown over UAPs, welcome to the show. Mike Johnson, welcome to the show. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Carl Ann, welcome to the show. Glenn Collins, welcome to the show. Let's see. Lisa Bowden, welcome to the show. And that's it. Samo Gufonian Rockstar. Moody Mongol, welcome to the show. Who's at the front door? Johnny Southside. What are you doing here? How you doing, Johnny? No. I'm a little upset at myself for forgetting that, to be honest with you. Stavro is here. Welcome to the show. All right, let's get going. David Wilcox, how you doing, brother? I see you there. Moonlick's here. Yeah. The show does go on. What is this? Chris Rogers' birthday? Is Chris here? Will Kaz here. The Shirtless Wonder, Bob Berkins, is here. Nathan Allen's here. Dave Bailey. Welcome, guys. All right. Hold on a second. Let's see how that works. If I didn't say Dorothy Hawkins, hello. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, we did a show earlier today on Goof on Libs. I don't remember a gosh darn thing about it. Chris is still standing. How old are you, man? How old are you now? Let me guess. 42? 42? I think you're 40. 42? All right. Well, happy birthdays are always a great thing. We love them here at Goof On, but I just found out at the last second. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, brother, but I do wish you the best. Everybody here, 58! Holy God! I'm joking. I'm kidding. 58 years old. I've got 4 years to get there, brother. But we love you, man. We love you. So guess what? Happy birthday, brother. Come on, everybody! Sing your happy birthdays to Chris Rogers.
Happy birthday to you.
He's 58!
Happy birthday to you.
Not many more of these.
Happy birthday to
Chris Rogers. You're as old as the dirt. Again, part 2. You've got friends that are old.
From old friends and
You've got underwear that's older than some people.
may good luck go with you.
You got the best luck, don't you?
And happiness too.
All right. Yay! Happy birthday, Chris Rogers. 58 from Goof On to you. Thank you for all your support. We wish you many, many more, even though there aren't, we wish you many, many more birthdays. And we hope you enjoy your birthday. It's the birthday boy, Chris Rogers. Yeah, all right, partner. Keep on rolling. Remember that song? Keep on rolling. All right. I'm checking on something over there. It looks like I got Stretch Armstrong holding together the fabric of our lives. This room. Yeah, birthdays, we celebrate some of them here. Not all of them. Sometimes people don't make it to their birthday. Here. They don't make it here. I mean, here. Ugh. Just fell. I can't have this. Nope. Dorothy, hold on a second. I'm going to fix this once and for all. Nope, you can't see me do the magic. Oh yeah, you hear it. That is the sound of tape. You see, the room's too wide and the screen's not that big. I mean, I have a 10-foot screen, but for some reason it can't fill the void that is the computer screen. So I have to use tape. And a matter of fact, it's supposed to be this magical tape. It's the same color as the green screen. But for some reason, it's not as sticky as they promised. And it comes undone. And it shouldn't. But it does. And that's frustrating to a small man like me. I think we got it. Are we good? Let's take a look. Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah, we got this going. Don't worry about it. All right. Is it up? Yeah, it's ready to go. Here we go. 3. Whoop, let me put this on. 2. And we'll start the show. I think I feel something. Boop. All right. Oh, we still got the corners chilling a little, but don't look at that. Oh, no, it's the Ouija board. All right. I like the Ouija board. All right, let's not do Ouija right now. That's just not fun. But I want to get into right away the Elizondo. I don't really care. I don't know. He's contradicts himself. He wants to make himself great again. That's Lou. That is Lou. Lou wants to make America great again. Whoops. There he is right here. Choo-choo, he says. Choo-choo. To choose to live or to die. What's up, Shotty, Tony, Gigi, Sky, Brandon, Jim. Jim. God's sakes, man, I'm a doctor, not a... whatever. I can't think. Yeah. All right. Where's my... I got it. Sorry it's taking so long tonight to get started. I know. Usually we got this thing just perfectly oiled up, ready to go, this machine. All right. Let's just talk about Nick Pope real quick then. Ministry of Defense, the MOD, speculated that... Hold on. Nick Pope, who once headed research at the UK's Ministry of Defense, speculated that world governments that once scoffed at the idea of alien life as a fringe belief have brought such a notion into the mainstream to get out ahead of a soon-to-come alien life reveal. Nick Pope said this. Nick Pope says U.S. trying to prepare public for soon-to-come alien disclosure. What the hell? They're not saying it was like a casual conversation. He's just saying, well, maybe, just maybe, they're trying to get E.T. into the civilization. And when they do that, we're getting prepared whether we like it or not. That's what he's saying. Dude, stop it. Aliens have been in movies. Aliens have been on ancient TV for the last 27 seasons. It's nothing new, even though it's in the mainstream media. Aliens are nothing new to the American culture. The world, people know about it, but here in America, we have alien movies coming out all the time. Look at the new Prey, and how about Nope, which shocked. Yeah, Nope was a little stupid. But Nick Pope, I couldn't believe it. Nick Popesicle says U.S. trying to prepare... your mother's 19 friggin' leg locks. I just don't see why he would say that. But he did. In a candid interview, Mr. Pope went on to explain that the reality of an alien or multiple alien civilizations would shake up the very foundations of our world. Really? Of course it would. Contrary to Hollywood, I don't think we could fight off an alien invasion. So fingers crossed that they do come in peace. Oh, that's, what that sounds like? Lifestyles of the rich and famous. We are a primitive society whose primary activity is tribal warfare. I just hope if we encounter aliens, we can get beyond that. It would be great. I can't do the voice. I'm losing my train of thought. It would be great. It would be the greatest opportunity in human history. Nick Pope just contradicted himself, and I didn't even realize it till now. He says, we wouldn't be able to defend ourselves against them. But boy, would it be a great opportunity to meet them. What a great guy. Either way, it would be the biggest culture shock for religions that they ever thought what they would encounter. It would shake them to their very core. It could destroy them. It would fundamentally change nature of human society. We can't do this. COVID, we realize we can't follow instructions. I don't have a mask here. I don't wear face diapers anymore. But the people who wore them, I mean, we all had to. But how stupid are we where the mask is here? Like, what's this doing? And how about this one? Just having it down here, wearing it as a chin strap or a feed bag, you know? It's like, what are you doing? And then they pull on the mask right here, and I gotta put it, and they're putting their hand juice all over the mask. Oh, this is great. No wonder why masks don't work for COVID. They had them off, they had them cupped, they had them hanging from the ear. I mean, and we think we're going to be able to follow some instructions when aliens get here? We're going to meet the aliens. Do not shoot at their ships. Have on stand still. You know, and Eddie Murphy. Nah, not this planet. It ain't happening. Disclosure? I think not. By the way, if you want to help support GoofOn, I thought I saw some super chats earlier. Didn't I see those? And I didn't. Was that this morning? I can't remember. Let me go back a little bit. I feel bad if I didn't do this. I just thought I saw something and I didn't. But, you know, you can use the Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the description. There's one. What do you mean, what's with the background? What do you mean? Because I'm going to be fixing the studio here. I don't like the way it looks. Plus, I like the green screen. Thank you for the $2 super chat. And I thought there was another one. If I missed it, it's not on purpose. Never do that on purpose. Hey, who's here? Dark Sky Files is here. I didn't see you. Didn't see David Gosling. There it is, Mike Johnson. Oh, by the way, Mike, thank you very much. You're the first one of the night. Sorry, Lisa, you'll be tied. Thanks to the great chat room, he says. $7 super chat kicking off the show. Thank you very much, Mike Johnson and Lisa. Thank you for the support. It's a mucho gusto generoso evening. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, well, thank you, Mike Johnson and Lisa Bowden. Good. And that's what I get for joking. Mucho gusto, generoso. Thanks, yo. Thanks, yo. Thank you, everybody. Lisa M is here. Hey, there ya. How you been? What you up to? GoofOn, you missed Ian? I missed Ian McFadden? I did? Oh, shite. Hold on. It was first? Oh, I can't go back that far, so let me do this for you. Sorry, kids. This is what, sorry, I'm just a jerk, and I'm just a beer on Capitol Hill. Let me hit the refresh button here. Here we go. Coming up. All right. So these are the ones that came in so far. Ian, thank you very much for the $2. You were the first one tonight, but I can't get to it. Thank you very much. I think that was even before the show started. Dorothy, thank you for your $2 super chat. You are a continuing supporter of GoofOn as well. So I missed those two. So thank you very much for your contributions. And a mucho gusto generoso. It was a weird beginning, I admit. It was a weird one. We had a weird beginning tonight. All right. So now that you got all that, what's up, John's Southern Exposure? Well, that's an interesting name, and welcome to the show. Glad to see you. Are you ready? Peter Hinckley's here. No relation to John. Thank God. All right. A lot of small talk here today. Didn't mean it. We talked a little bit about Nick Popesicle. All right, let's get on. So, I'm going to just go. We're going to talk about Avi Loeb real quick. He was on Third Phase of Moon last night. Also, Nathan Allen is here. And I got to ask, because I'm going to do a review that you wanted. You didn't get back to me on Twitter. And I asked you what you wanted me to review. Was that when you were on Amy's show, your experience? That's what I'm going to go over tonight. Because you wanted me to give you the review of all reviews. To be honest, see if you're lying. Look at your body language. And we're not going to be friends after this. No, I'm just kidding. Usually that's what happens. I know Nathan for over a decade. And, it's going to take me analyzing him, which I don't. I told him I don't want to do it. I don't. And the reason is you do somebody that you're friends with, you do that body language thing, and they take it the wrong way and get mad. We've seen that with several people that were friends of the show, and I reviewed their footage and said, that's balloons. You can see the string. You don't know I can see a balloon? You don't think I would know that? Remember Gutter Gawker 3 years ago? And who else? Countless people. Fat Tony. And then also, he just plain out hoax shit. I mean, let's just borrow somebody else's footage and make believe it's mine. And then he thinks that it's okay still to this day. I didn't hoax it. I just borrowed it. But you owned it like it was yours. What a freaking tard. All right. Exactly. Okay. Well, exactly why I got out of Fessler. I said, Tom King is from Arizona, and I know the dude. We never hung out, but I knew a lot about him because Jeff Willis, who was on the other day, is a friend. I don't know if they're friends, but they know each other and hung out together and skywatched. Tom King cannot be trusted, and you were right, Bob Berkins. Bob Berkins, not that it was fake, probably just mundane object, because that's what Tom King is really good at. That guy is over the top of bullshitter. The biggest bullshitter. And he gets away with it because he's such a nice guy. That's right. It's true. He's so nice he can hoax and get away with it. That's what people thought about Fat Tony, too. That's what I thought. I said, hey, you just come out and you tell everybody you screwed up before it gets to somebody who can really do damage to you. So that was what we wanted Fat Tony to do. But then he force cried, no tears, crocodile tears. It was a sight for... You know what it was like? It was like watching Juicy Smollett. You remember Juicy? The French actor? No. Juicy Smollett. The guy who lied about being beat up by two MAGA hat-wearing racist Trump supporters. And he paid off two of these brothers. Oh, it was so fun. He got in trouble. And he's trying to sue the city because he's still sticking to that story. God, what a fool. All right. So Avi Loeb was on Third Phase of Moon again. Great freaking interview, by the way. Third Phase of Moon. They know what they're doing over there. Nathan, I need to know real quick. Was I right about the video you want me to review? I'll play you. You're not on that long. You don't tell the story that long, you know? So let me know if that's the one from Amy's show, because that's all I saw in the messages when you asked me, was it was about you on Amy's show. So let me know if I'm right so I don't do the wrong review. Chris Rogers, the birthday 58er, he says Louie's there to muddy the waters as required. Anything from James Webb is lost. Yeah. Yep, that's what Lou's there to do now that he's with the Galileo project. And that's the turning point. And you'll see that. Well, you won't see it, but that's what happened. Avi Loeb was on Third Phase of Moon roughly 9 months ago and a year ago. So he was on 8 to 9, then a year ago. So there was 2 interviews only 3 months apart. And then he was on now last night, and he contradicted what he said in the video 8 months ago, and I found it where you'll see in a minute. Chris Rogers, makes me sad, brother. I know, that's... And then now as Lou is with Space Force. And what else? He's with something else. He infiltrated. And not only did he and others, a lot of people from the Lou crew are with Galileo. Gary Nolan, Nick Pope, a couple of others, Steve, Chris, whatever the hell his name is. Steve, what is it? No, Christopher Mellon. Ugh. Thank you, Chris Rogers, for the £5, 5-pounder. Mucho gusto, generoso, Mr. Birthday Boy. Nathan, is he still here? Goof on yes, that's okay, same topics. What do you mean by that? I want to know exactly what you want me to review. And if you could, send it to me, either Twitter. If this isn't it, I don't want to do some half-assed job, bro. You want me to do the right one? I'll do the right one. I don't think there's enough information on you, but you're not going to like what I have to say. It's not what you think, though. It is not what you think. You're not going to like it, but it's not what you think. You'll see. All right, I'm going to go with the Amy review. All right, so I'm going to play the video from 8 months ago of the interview. Oh, Jesus, HC on a popsicle stick. And also tonight, I want to review something that I think is an ongoing hoax by college students. Yeah, this is getting really interesting. And who keeps messaging me? I don't have any messages. Yeah, hearing problems? What? I know that's on your end, whoever that is. Somebody said, I can't hear the show. Like 3 emails. Why would you email me, though? I guess it worked. All right. Third Phase of Moon. I'm going to play last night. Hold on. I know what I have to do. Okay, so here it is, last night. That's what I forgot to do. Well, we'll watch this for a little bit. This is interesting, this interview from Third Phase. I am so stupid. All right, here we go. We're going to start right at the beginning. And I'm not sure.
The UFOs. How far are we along here?
Yeah, so it's work in progress. We invested about $250,000 in a suite of instruments that we already have. And they were first placed on the roof of the Harvard College Observatory. And now we moved them to another site where we are testing them in the coming months. They include the infrared cameras that monitor the entire sky at all times, so we can see objects at night, even if there is no sunlight. An optical camera with fisheye lens that also gives us a view of the entire sky. We have radio sensors that allow us to localize objects at great distances of tens of miles in principle. And we have an audio system that records sound. So basically, we have a movie of the sky that we could record 24/7.
That's pretty cool. That sounds like a Sky Hub. The fisheye lens and all that. It's Sky Hub, right? Yeah. But on a really big level, I want to get to where Blake asks him, and then we can move on. Here we go.
I guess they got, I don't know, some kind of budget. It's pretty small, but they've made a statement saying that they're not going to investigate man-made objects, the man-made UFOs. What does this tell you in regards to the possibility that humans ourselves, a private corporation, have cracked the code in propulsion, and it just so happens that you may capture these on your instruments, but what if these UFOs could be man-made, and now they're just kind of rolling that out, that they don't want to investigate anything that's man-made? But again, what if there's something that is out there, such as a Tic Tac, that is man-made, and you so happen to capture that on your instruments? Would you report that to the public?
No, I mean, if it looks like it's human-made, I'll be glad to deliver it to Washington, D.C. without analyzing it. It's not of interest to me. And the same is true about natural objects like birds. I mean, there are zoologists. Also, there are people, atmospheric scientists, that would be interested in lightnings and other natural phenomena. These categories are not of interest to the Galileo project in the sense that we focus on something else. And
what if
when you said that...
One quick question, I'm sorry, but what if there is an object out there that is seemingly defying physics here, and it is man-made? You're not interested?
Then it would be of great interest. So I should say the first expectation is that if we see anything, it would still obey the laws of physics. If it violates the laws of physics as we know them from the standard model of particle physics, then of course it will have greater importance, because the laws of physics are supposed to affect the entire universe. And if we, physicists work very hard at laboratory experiments to find very small deviations from what we already know as the laws of physics. So if we do identify something really unusual that gives us a hint of new physics, that would be tremendous in terms of its implications beyond finding that we are not the smartest kid on the block. It would imply also that our understanding of nature is incomplete. And of course, that is of greater significance because it would allow us to understand the universe better. I should say the government not examining in this office human-made objects is simply a matter of classification, because any human-made object is a matter of national security. So the government obviously is focused on national security, the safety of military personnel, and they don't want this office to deal with national security issues. They want to separate these two matters.
So, great subject matter right there. Would you... First off, Blake's asking, so if it's not man-made, and are you going to... If it is man-made, the first thing he asked him, if it's man-made, will you let that out to the public? And he said, no, because we're not into the man-made stuff. And then Blake has to interrupt him as he's explaining some things and goes, well, what if it was acting like it defies the laws of physics and it's man-made? Would you report that to the public? And then he said, I think he said, oh, yeah, of course. But then he said, but that would go to, right? That would go to national security. That would go to the DOD. They would take a look, all that stuff. So that's kind of contradicting in a way, but when it comes down to it, with this joker here at the Galileo project, he will make sure that the man-made object that defies physics will not allow that to be publicized. And that's really what it comes down to. because it's man-made, it is made by who? If it's not ours, is it a private corporation? If it's not a private corporation here in America, is it a private corporation outside of America? China, Russia, etc. So I thought that was interesting that they will not, and now we heard why, because it has to do with national security. But my question is, isn't it all national security? Isn't that what the Joker said? It all is a risk. If it's in the airspace and flying around, like Corbell says, with impunity, we don't get to hear about it because it's a man-made object? Wait, we found this object defying the laws of physics. Now, we can't tell you what it is because it's man-made. You found a man-made object defying the laws of physics? Who? Where? When? How? They can't even breathe that they have that in their possession if they do. They can't breathe a word of it. So we're not going to get anything. I don't care what Avilo's saying here. It ain't going to happen. As a matter of fact, that's what I thought he said when Blake interrupted him. I want to go back to that.
That's man-made, but again, what if there's something that is out there, such as a Tic Tac, that is man-made, and you so happen to capture that on your instruments? Would you report that to the public?
No, I mean, if it looks like it's human-made, I'll be glad to deliver it to Washington, D.C. without...
He said no. No, I mean, that's what he said. No, I mean, I would deliver it to Washington.
Humans ourselves, a private corporation, have cracked the code in propulsion, and it just so happens that you may capture these on your instruments. But what if these UFOs could be man-made, and now they're just kind of rolling that out, that they don't want to investigate anything that's man-made? But again, what if there's something that is out there, such as a Tic Tac, that is man-made, and you so happen to capture that on your instruments? Would you report that to the public?
No, I mean...
No. And then he says, I mean. I don't know why he says, I mean. I don't know why we all say that. I mean, you didn't say anything yet. All right, so he says, no. Well, I mean...
if it looks like it's human-made, I'll be glad to deliver it to Washington, D.C. without...
But how could that... Okay, so it acts like it has alien propulsion, but it looks man-made. So we're not... Can't have it both ways, but I guess they'll make that decision when they get to it. And he also said something that's very compelling about the object that they're going to go search that fell in the ocean in recent years or months. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But let's just pull this up now. The other video, all I have to do is go to the 7-minute mark. It's right there at 7. And you're going to hear now the contradiction. Obviously, we know. See, I think Avi Loeb is running by the seat of his pants, and he is one of those people that I think needs to learn a lot about ufology. I don't think he gets the gist of what's happening. I just feel like this guy is so interested in UFOs that he had, when Oumuamua came by, it did something to him. It triggered him. And now he wants to go looking for Oumuamua-like objects, or, you know, with the Galileo project. But it seems that he's just, what started out as a public thing, you know, for all of us, turned into a military project almost overnight, within 6 months. Anyway, check this out.
All of this is basically that photograph that you're talking about, an image that's undeniable. So this is where things get a little tricky. So I'm going to go down this road with you a little bit, because it's all about transparency. Transparency will equal disclosure, in my opinion. Is there a protocol if you so happen to capture a video from a telescope or a photograph of an undeniable object that seems intelligent, like you say, nuts and bolts, you could press the buttons. We know that this isn't a rock or anything like this. This is extraterrestrial in nature, or something that's been around in our solar system for a while. How would you release this to the public? Would there be any delay of this information?
Not at all. What we will do is make our data open and the analysis transparent, the way science is done. And that,
if it looks like nuts and bolts and everything, yeah, there was transparency back then. Let's hear it real quick.
Telescope or a photograph of an undeniable object that seems a rock or anything like this. This is extraterrestrial in nature, or something that's been around in our solar system for a while. How would you release this to the public? Would there be any delay of this information?
not at all. What we will do is make our data open and the analysis transparent, the way
that was before Lou joined.
Science is done. And that's a big distinction relative to the data owned by government, because that data is mostly classified because it was collected by classified sensors. We don't have that limitation because we buy off-the-shelf instrumentation. And in fact, the first telescope system will be assembled on the roof of the Harvard College Observatory in the coming months. And once it's operational, we'll make copies of it and distribute them in various locations and collect data that will be open. The only delay would come from getting the data and making sure that it's reliable. That takes sometimes a few weeks to months, but then we will release it so anyone can analyze it just like we do. And
come on. I don't like that. I understand why they are saying that, but let us do the analysis. Let us look at it too. Why don't they make it so we all can figure it out together, and whoever figures it out, credit. They don't want to give us credit. And I don't like it. I don't like that it could take, what he said, a couple of weeks to a couple of months. Why would it take that long? It should take 24 hours. Hey, we found something on the telescope. I need another telescope to verify what we caught on our telescope. And we did that. Well, there was a telescope over in Hawaii. And we backed up the data with that data from the telescope on Hawaii. So we have verifying data. It matches up. And we're going to go public in 24 hours. That's the answer I want.
And, if there are objects of non-natural origin, non-human origin, that would have dramatic implications. And we don't need more than one object of this type. It may be a mixed bag. Maybe unidentified aerial phenomena include a lot of human-made objects and natural objects. But the point is, even if one fish happens to be unusual and we catch it in our fishing net, that would have dramatic consequences. And 70 years ago, Enrico Fermi, a famous physicist, raised the question, where is everybody? He talked with colleagues about extraterrestrials. And as far as I'm concerned, this is not the right question. The right question is, if we imagine others like us, simply because we now know that half of the stars like the sun have a planet the size of the Earth, roughly at the same separation. And we know that most of these stars formed billions of years before the sun. So it's quite reasonable to assume that something like us existed before us 1 billion years ago. And let's just search without prejudice. So given that, what Enrico Fermi should have asked is, how do we fund the search such that we will find evidence for equipment from other civilizations? So it's really a practical matter, and you cannot ask for extraordinary evidence unless you put extraordinary funds to search.
Wait a second. What? Hold on. What?
Matter, and you cannot ask for extraordinary evidence unless you put extraordinary funds to search.
So it's all about money? I don't know why you would need extraordinary funds to get extraordinary data confirmed. And this is why they want 100 telescopes. And I don't know how much it cost them to build that first one that's on the roof of Harvard. But I don't know if it was $1 million. I heard, and I correct me if I'm wrong, that this whole entire project should cost $100 million once it's fully capable of all 100 or whatever they're doing telescopes to look out into the universe. Bernie Muro with the $1 super dono. Throwing it down again, Bernie Muro, pure love. Thank you for that. Mucho gusto, generoso, brother. Thank you. Bernie throwing it down, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. We can see you, bro. We saw you before. Oh, now that you're yellow? Yeah, the yellow's good. Very nice. See, I see what's going on. Funds. All about the money. Nathan sees that. I mean, it is. He's right, though. That's the sad thing. Avi Loeb is 100% correct. You do need the funds to verify stuff. You know, you need the other telescopes. You're going to have to pay for somebody if you don't. Probably for their time, if anything, you know. I just don't know why it takes so long. Especially what he said, that it could take 2 weeks to a couple, 3 months to verify data. That's not how it was in the movie Contact. And that was in 97? $25 years ago. And now it takes longer to verify evidence. No, it shouldn't. This is... So what I think's going to happen is, let's say their very first telescope sees an object and they want to verify it. It looks like it could be a UFO, a mothership. Who do they go to if they don't have any other telescopes? He's going to need to go outside of the Galileo project. But I think what he wants to do, and I recommend this, Avi, if you're watching, make sure you have at least 3 or 4 telescopes up and running before you start looking. This way, we don't have the excuse. Oh, you know, we couldn't verify it with another telescope outside of the Galileo project. We just want to keep it in-house. No outside eyes. Okay, Ricky Ricardo. So this is the 8 months ago. Very good stuff in this video. I'm going to post all this in the description right after the show. Should have done
That's
it
the
already.
mistake often made by the scientific community, saying, oh, the evidence is not extraordinary, therefore we should not engage in this search. Well, if we didn't invest $1 billion in the search for gravitational waves, we wouldn't have found them. And if we didn't invest $10 billion in the Large Hadron Collider, we wouldn't find the Higgs boson. And we searched also for other new particles, supersymmetric particles. We haven't found them. So if we are investing billions of dollars in searching for things we don't know exist, then I would think that investing similar amounts of money in the search for equipment from other civilizations would make a lot of sense. And we should not ask for extraordinary evidence before we put these funds forward.
Hey, that's what I just said. But I don't think that's what's happening. So let's go back to yesterday and listen to more of Avi, and then, you know, we'll be done with this. But we already heard, you know, we heard him say we're going to go out in the public as quickly as possible. And now he's saying, well, we're not going to put anything out, any extraordinary claims, until we have the extraordinary money to build the other extraordinary camera scopes that are going to be scanning the universe that can confirm what we already captured. So it's all about the money right now. They need the money. Here at PBS, we always supported the search for extraterrestrial life. Oh, this isn't PBS. Here we go. This just happened last night. Here's, I think I need to go. I need to go to 9, I believe it is. The next one. Oh, it's right here. It is.
But there is a movement here in the community that wants disclosure, even if it reveals technology that has been suppressed from humans for decades now, possibly. So if there was something that was captured that displays something that seems to defy physics, but in reality, it's built and as it has been accomplished, and it's some kind of above top secret program. You capture some kind of, let's just say the Tic Tac. You get a really good clear shot of the Tic Tac. It's performing at 30,000 mile an hour maneuvers, seemingly defined physics, but you capture it clearly on your equipment. Would you be bringing that to the public, even though it did reveal that it was man-made, or would you keep that?
No, if it's human-made, it's not of interest to us scientists, because it's a technological product and it could be of significance to national security. So in that,
I know, but if it's making 30,000 mile an hour turns on a dime without slowing down, shit. If you didn't know that was man-made, you would think that would be an alien type of technology, or somebody discovered technology. They're going to want to keep it, and they don't want us to know they have it. You want to know why? It makes sense. National security. How would you like it if we found out that China is responsible? Oh, hold on. What if we said the Taliban was responsible for the Tic Tacs? How would you feel now? Right? I mean, where do they have the money? Who knows? Let's just use the evil of evil, right? And let's say it's that. Yeah, they don't want to let the public know that these can fly around, even though that's what they're saying. That's what the whole threat assessment was for, was to get them to sign on the dotted line that we need, not for the Avilobe thing or any Galileo project, but, for the DOD office or Arrow, whatever you want to call it. But that's the only way they're going to get their information now from other countries, is with Arrow. That was the whole purpose of getting that office in the DOD at the Pentagon. But Avilobe was supposed to make this for us. I would be freaking curious to know how that object is able to defy physics. They don't have to tell us that it's man-made at first. I just want to know about the technology. And if they find that technology, holy shit. What other country or persons or private corporations out there are building these things? And if they're seeing so many of them, the Tic Tacs, somebody's got a warehouse somewhere full of Tic Tacs. And we need to know. And I understand the security issue. I get it. I get it. I guess when they get you can't tell if something is man-made all the time just by looking at it. Because we're not talking about them capturing it and having their hands on it. We're just talking about video evidence that they captured with the telescopes or anything else. They all look man-made. The silver discs, those things, the solenoids, all that stuff looks man-made. Even though, you want to use Billy Meyer's UFOs as an example, those miniatures, go ahead. Because those could be man-made. It's a very strange language that they're throwing down right now. And I'm not so sure I'm understanding. It's a little confusing. It really is. I understand the national security part. I just don't understand. Oh, no, I do understand. Oh, yeah, I just said it. Because we don't want the American public, anybody, to know that these are flying around and terrorists have them or our enemies have them. So they can't. That makes sense. And I'm for that. I'm for that. Avi Loeb is right, I think. When you really think about it, and I've been thinking about it since we started talking about it because I'm talking about it, but I think that makes sense. I don't think we should be mad at them for that. But here's the rub. If they do figure out and they're able to open up these things and see inside, which I don't know how they can. All they're doing is video recording these things. I mean, he's not talking about capturing them. He's talking about recordings. It's a recording. You're not going to be able to crack open the egg and look at the yolk you call propulsion. You're not going to be able to do that with the telescope. It's ridiculous. But I understand it. I don't like that I understand it. But it makes sense. Now, doesn't it make less sense that if something isn't human, that they're going to tell the world about it? That makes less sense. That's why you got Mellon and Elizondo to make sure that Avi Loeb doesn't go public at the wrong time for the wrong reasons. If they find alien data and verify it, and they go public with it, how do we know that it's really disclosure, though? How do we know they know what they're talking about? It better be obvious that that is a spaceship out there somewhere. And I want to get to the part where they're going to go looking for a meteor asteroid that hit the ocean. And if there was a red button on it, Avi Loeb said he would push it. So they find an alien artifact. There's a button or something that looks like a button on it. Would you push it? And he does. I want to push the red. How do you know that's not a Trojan horse? You just called the enemy. You don't go pressing buttons. This guy's out of control. What are you doing? I guess that's what happens when you're a child in your 60s and you're eager to play with your new toy. Well, show some respect to the rest of us who want to push that button. You make sure you do it on TV, right? I don't want you pressing no button. I want to see that destruction. All right, let's get to the last part of this where they go to the ocean. I don't know. Do we need to?
And if this man-made object does seem to mimic something that is otherworldly.
Well,
wait, what?
Of physics.
Well, first of all, I should say any human-made object will not defy the
Yeah, I don't want that.
To the authorities that may benefit from it.
Put it out, or this is extraterrestrial in nature. Who's going to make that call?
Well, so the first...
I can't.
When it was outside the solar system, it was moving faster than 95% of Amir Siraj. We calculated that when it was outside the solar system, kilometers above this was one of them. What made it unusual about this object, this is actually the first interstellar object that was discovered. Before Oumuamua, it predated it by almost 4 years. It was discovered on January 8th, 2014 by a missile warning system that the US government has. And every now and then they see an object coming from outside the atmosphere, from far away, from space, into the atmosphere, colliding with Earth. You can think of the Earth as a fishing net that is collecting objects as it moves around the sun. And this was one of them. What made it unusual was its very high speed. It was moving at 45 kilometers per second when it disintegrated about 18.7 kilometers above the ocean surface, 100 miles off the coast of Papua New Guinea. And that was a very high speed. And in fact, with my student Amir Siraj, we calculated that when it was outside the solar system, it was moving faster than 95% of all the stars in the vicinity of the sun. So it was an outlier relative to stars near the sun. And moreover, the government released a letter from the US Space Command a few months ago, basically confirming the conclusion that we had with my student about this object coming from outside the solar system, and at the 99.999%. And they released also the fireball light curve. The explosion released a huge amount of energy, a few percent of the Hiroshima bomb energy. And the government sensors noticed it. And from that, from analyzing it,
Why do you think I play this? Because this guy is a professor at Harvard. And the things that he's saying, Oumuamua, an ET craft. That's so hard for me to buy. Look, he's doing his best Rocky impersonation. Hey, yo! I didn't know Avi Loeb could do me. This guy's crazy. Avid schmavid. Yeah. See? Whoops. Deckard says, everyone in what is known as ufology is a clown, bro. Let's be real. Actors, my man. Actors. Yep. Why? Why does it have to be this way? You know why. Everybody knows why. Because, no, Raz, we won't get disclosure from this guy. Well, and then you see what Mr. D.B. Cooper just said, Deckard. I can't agree with that. Read the Lonnie Zamora case. That's really... But I think what Deckard means is our talking heads. The main characters that are speaking for all of us, in essence. They are the actors. The Elizondos, the Corbells. They seem like it, right? It just seems like it. Maybe they're not, guys. All right? Yeah, and I mean this. Maybe they're not actors. Let's take a look at this and think of this as something that is really happening for once. Let's do that. All right, taking me to space? Can't do that. No. There we go. No, this one. There you go. Okay, so imagine all the actors here, right? You got them all, especially Jesus Christ himself, the Gonzo, Lou Elizondo. See, oh, Sean David Wilcox, or David Wilcox. I don't know why I said Sean David Martin. That's what I was thinking of. David Wilcox with I think that's $20 on PayPal. Canadian dough, bro. Thank you very much for that. That's a big mucho gusto generoso. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. I didn't even hear it ding. Oh, because I turned it off. Yeah, I'll turn it back on. I was getting all those messages before. Thank you. I mean, you're a continuing supporter of GoofOn. So, let's say Lou is not an actor, and he's really doing the work for the people. Why? Why do we need this to be public? Why not talk to the public about UFOs and get their stories, right? Why doesn't he do that? And they're keeping it all military encounters, and they're not going outside of that. And when Lou talks to somebody else from another country, it's somebody in government, right? That's overlooking everything, from maybe the Army, the Navy, or whatever they got. But when it comes down to it, if these objects, because you and I have not seen these Tic Tacs, none of us have. I don't care what video's out there, you haven't seen it. Nobody's seen it. I do not see any videos of Tic Tacs at all. You would think that they would drift over the land every now and then, these objects, right? So Tic Tacs are strictly over the ocean? Is that what you're telling me? Because that's what it sounds like. Remember what Ryan Graves said? We saw them almost every day for 2 years. Nobody's got a picture of it. Nobody decided, I'm going to break protocol and take my phone with me and get these things on video one time. Nobody ever thought of that? Of course they did. If, and only if, they're not lying. Anyway, it would be a threat. And I get that. If they're flying in our airspace with impunity. Hey, they're shooting at them. As recently as a month and a half ago, somebody shot at a UFO, according to Jeremy Corbell. But if this is real, and nobody's really this stupid, and they think, and everything is just on the up and up. I'm trying to realize something here. So, it's real. Jeremy Corbell is not an actor. He's really that guy that we see on mainstream media. He really must believe, if he's not acting, because I don't think he is. I don't know. I think he's given information. I think he's being played. I think he's being used and doesn't care about it and knows about it. He does. I think he knows he's being used. He literally signed his soul away to the devil. He did. You can never talk about this stuff. And we're giving this to you for the greater good of national security. And here's exactly what the report says. If you read it just like that, you'll be fine. So look it over a few times, get used to the verbiage, and, when you go live, just, every now and then you may want to glance down if you need, but keep it right here and say this in your own words, all right? Because what you're doing, Jeremy, is you're allowing us to investigate these unknowns, which is a big bullshit, but it isn't if it's real. And if they are flying around as often as they're telling us, I don't understand what Jeremy Corbell has done in the way of giving us evidence proving that what they're saying is real. And they haven't done that. He hasn't done that yet. And it's weird, isn't it? Anytime he says there's a swarm of UFOs, and he says, look at this radar, there's a swarm of 3. I don't know what a swarm is, but I don't call 3 bees a swarm. I call like 20 or more bees attacking me. A swarm of bees. A swarm isn't 3. That's a trio of UFOs. That's a few plus 1. So Jeremy Corbell's story doesn't really fit with the verbiage. And if they're feeding that to him, say this, do this, show this, why? Why? Why does it have to be UFOs, of all things? Because things are really flying. Because people are seeing them, right? That's it. But they don't care about us. I'm talking the military, the Navy, the Air Force. And get this. There's so many close encounters with these objects that they needed Gary P. Nolan to join the team because of his invention, his creation with understanding the brain, seeing the brain, how it's injured, how it works, something like that. I can't remember. I'll have to look into it again. That's how many times it's happening. They needed a guy that had that stuff, that had a way to look at the brain. If it was just a one-off, one pilot had an encounter, you're like, I'm not sure I believe it. I start getting headaches the night later. Where you been the last 48 hours? That's what I would be asking. But if it's 2, then it might be a coincidence. But if there's 3, it's a pattern. And something is wrong. It has got to be more than 3 people, 3 pilots, 3 government officials that have gotten injured or claim they were injured when they were near a UFO. That's weird. So where are they going? How are they getting so close to these objects, right? That they're actually getting hurt. Their brain is trying to pop out of its skull or something. Right? And then they tried to use that on Skinwalker. We got the same thing that the pilot saw and his head bulbed out, Yeah, it's fun. This is such a fun place. All right. We got it. Avi Loeb. Gullible. Nice. I think his heart's in the right place, though. I really do. And he's so new to the field that he doesn't know he's being worked. Man, is he being worked. Nothing I can do to help him. Third Phase might be able to help him. Third Phase of Moon should be part of the Galileo project. And in a way they are. In a way they are. Nathan, you ready? Nathan wanted me to watch this story and do an evaluation. He had an encounter. He went on Alien Girl's show and talked of this encounter. And he wants me to analyze it and tell him what I see. Do I think he's lying? That's what he wants to know. I don't want to do this. But Nathan, it's not what you think, bro. But check this out. We're going to watch Nathan tell his story on Alien Girl. And I want you guys with me to do a little bit of a body language. This guy down here. Yeah, I don't know if she puts him on big screen, but we'll do our best. Here we go. Now, he does get interrupted quite often by Sapphire Elf. I'll try to go past that the best I can. But the story gets broken up because he keeps getting interrupted. But you'll hear it. You'll see it. You'll feel it. Go.
But what's up, Nathan?
Thanks,
Good morning.
Nathan.
How are you?
Pretty good. Very tired.
Not what you
Does that
think,
sound okay?
bro. Not what you
sound
think.
Great.
Okay.
So
You'll
Puck
see.
was just talking about. Go ahead, Puck. What were you?
It's not what you think. I told you. You have no idea. I think you'll be shocked.
Saying?
I'm just gonna hold on. Where is it? I gotta put my headset on so I don't reverb. But yeah, I think everyone's experienced the Mandela effect, and I wonder if the universe,
all right,
like it might not be infinite, it's finite.
Very confusing. It was very confusing. I'm glad I didn't swerve or anything because I was on the interstate going like 65, 70 in traffic. That's why I thought it was making me detour because it was kind of heavy traffic and it's a 7-mile bypass and I was about to go through downtown and I got on the bypass and okay, it gets, I cannot explain how confusing it is because I remember both to a point. And it's like, I have to, like, it's a mind blower. Let me tell you, it really is. I mean, I cannot explain how freaked out I was. Go ahead. What's up?
They've just done studies on the way visual memory works. And
well, okay, I thought of some of that at least.
And we just got caught up in it. And it's
okay.
maybe
I thought
the
of
same
that.
thing. Yeah.
Well, okay, I thought of some of that at least. See, yeah, I know. This bypass is a big curve, right? Now, if I'd have moved my car along a big curve down the other street, I wouldn't have made it because.
And you were saying your last Google route was what you thought, yeah. And so you've got some evidence that, that's the weird thing, yeah.
I thought I had evidence. I turned my TikTok video on after it happened, and I realized I was back on the route, and I was like, "What? How did I get here?" Because I was expecting it's a 7-mile stretch before the next little interchange you got to go through on that bypass. It was weird. Rich is never going to believe this. He's going to say, "Nathan, I can't believe you're faking now. What are you doing?" I swear I'm not faking.
I got a little bit cynical lately, and I don't mind.
I don't want to believe me either.
Where it's coming from.
All right.
Yes, it's easier to just kind of like let it go and be like.
So what had happened, and tell me if I'm wrong, but the way I understand this story is you traveled a certain distance and don't remember getting from one place to the other when you had your experience, right? Is missing time. That's how I see it. That's okay, Hellfire. That's how I see it. Now, you said something here that signifies the entire experience that you had, this whole story, and it's this comment. Watch.
This way of interpreting the reality.
I'll point it out when it happens. I don't want to miss it.
See, yeah, I know. This bypass is a big curve, right? Now, if I'd have moved my car along a
you thought, and so you've got some evidence that
down the, I wouldn't have made it because.
And you were saying your last Google route was what you thought,
it's coming up,
and so you've got some evidence that, that's the weird thing,
I thought I had evidence. I turned my TikTok video on after it happened, and I realized I was back on the route, and I was like, "What? How did I get here?" Because I was expecting it's a 7-mile stretch before the next
interchange.
Before the next little interchange you got to go through on that bypass. It was weird. Rich is never going to believe this. He's going to say, "Nathan, I can't believe you're faking now. What are you doing?" I swear I'm not faking.
That comment. I swear I'm not faking. And I want you to just look at the body language, his face.
I swear I'm not faking.
That is a truthful statement. And I find that the story is truthful to you. I don't think you're making it up. But sometimes the brain can play tricks on you, and you may have been in deep thought and just don't remember getting to the other part or the other place, or in the middle of bumper to bumper traffic, your car was magically moved. So something's got to give. It's very strange, but I think there's a little more to this, right? What's this? Oh, Tony. Thanks for the 10-pound 10 quitter. Tony with the super dono, throwing down a 10 spotter. Mucho gusto, generoso McClear. Grazie, grazie. Good to see you, man. Hope you had a good holiday weekend. Everybody, hope you had a good holiday. That extra day helped. Well, didn't help me, but it does help people. Thanks, Tony. Good to see you, man. Hey, Jeanette. I think there's a little more, so let's listen to this.
I got a little bit cynical lately, and yeah, I don't.
I don't want to believe me either.
See where it's coming from.
Yes, it's easier to just kind of like let it
It's
go
just-
and be like it didn't happen.
Now, what I see here, Nathan, you seem unsure of yourself. The body language I see. It looks like you're rethinking what you just said, you know it, and you just showed it. And that's what I'm going to play again. That's what I see. Thanks to Amy for allowing me to play this.
Cynical lately, and yeah, I don't.
I don't want to believe me
I see where
either.
it's coming from.
Watch.
Yes, it's easier to just
Watch
kind of
the
like
face.
let it
It's
go
just-
and be like it didn't happen, which is what a lot of people do with all of their experiences.
Yeah,
And-
because they can't handle it. It doesn't make sense. So then you have schizophrenia and things like that start to happen to people.
Trying to justify by saying things that could be relevant to other people. That's a sign that you don't want people to think you're crazy, because you're not.
I can't keep up with the chat. I'm too tired to do this and look over here at the same time.
Yeah, nervous laugh. You're still, I don't believe you believe that happened to you. That's what I believe. You know it happened, but I see somebody struggling to believe it. And it looks like you're struggling to believe it, unless you lied about the whole thing, and I don't think you did, because you seem truthful, to be honest. You definitely have all the truthful qualities I would see, with some hesitation. There are those I see too. The nervous laugh, the turning of the head, touching yourself, trying to give yourself some, calm down. People do that. You see Lou Elizondo do this all the time. He squeezes his fingers because he's on a show, and that's how he thinks. He gets nervous for whatever reason. People have their clicks. I shake my leg. So we all have it. It's because it's so paranormal and so weird that you're in public, basically. You've got hundreds of people that are going to see it, now thousands, and they're either going to believe you or not. And I tell you what, I know Nathan, and this is another reason why I didn't want to do this, because I don't want to say anything that would hurt our friendship, because it hurts everybody else. But I think you would be happy with what I'm saying, because I don't think you're bullshitting. Some people might think you are. I know you. I don't think you are. Not just because of that. I know you. I've seen you talk before.
No, don't worry. Just ignore it. I put the comments. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. But it was so confusing, because I imagine this stuff happening while you're operating a car going fast. Okay, not little country road or through the neighborhood, and you're like, oh, I missed the turn. No, it wasn't one of those. I was going fast, and interstate driving, you cannot screw up because it's traffic. It was rush hour in my area. But I remember both sides of events.
Going with the flowers.
More uncertainty in all of that you just said. More uncertainty. You got the snarl right there. You're tired of getting interrupted.
As well.
See? Even Amy's got it. She's like, shut up. Keep interrupting.
And I don't know, yeah.
That's what I wanted to believe.
I'm sorry. Amy never gets mad at anybody. I'm just bullshitting.
Yeah, but even if
even Rebecca Wiles believes in all of this. Rebecca Wiles was there.
Perceptions do that. Are our perceptions antennas for our reality? And
is there more from Nathan?
Bring that up because you just said we perceive realities Do we change reality? I'm not so sure if we change reality, because there's a whole bunch of people around me in this instance, right? I think I actually switched realities. And I think it was just such a dumb one that my mind and anyone else's mind would have just, oh, well, we're on this channel.
First of all, you can't say, I think I switched realities and it's a dumb one. That is groundbreaking shit if that happened to you, man. I don't care if it's for a tenth of a second or 7 minutes, 7 miles. Hey, Cashew Gazoontights here. You know, that is the most significant thing anybody could ever go through. Now, whether Nathan did catch a ride on the, the interstellar, interdimensional wave of reality, we just don't know. But we have heard stories over time where people have shown up in other countries. There was a lady, there's a very famous case. I can't remember it, but I think it was on Unsolved Mysteries as well. Some lady's cleaning her kitchen. And she turns her back for a second to grab something. I don't know, maybe maybe a mop or something. And all of a sudden she turns around because she heard some scuffling, like shuffling of feet. And there was not an Indian guy, but a guy, what she said looked like he was from India, couldn't speak English. Her door was still locked because she let him out. He tried, running out and everything, and then he went another way and she opened up the door. And she says, how could I have turned around, heard the shuffling, turned back around, and he was standing in my kitchen he just appeared there. No, she said there's no way he could have got in there. It was a closed off part of the kitchen. She was at the only place where he didn't come out of a cabinet, didn't come out of a pantry. When you hear that story and the way it's told, you know that guy just appeared out of thin air. Things like that happen. People disappear. What do you think's happening on this planet to where people are walking side by side and somebody lags for a second, they turn around and they're gone? They didn't hear a trap door open. They didn't hear a laser beam. They didn't hear any machinery. They didn't even hear a scuffle, a trip, a fall, a rock moving, nothing. Not even a branch breaking. And these people just disappear off the face of the planet for whatever. See, I believe there's so much pressure, like rock upon rock, and mountains are always, they're just, what do they call that when submerged, one continent goes under the other and the rocks are pushing, and that's what makes the mountains pop up and all that shit. That's a lot of pressure happening all the time with plate tectonics. I think that actually has kind of like an accordion effect. When something moves, it widens that and it has to catch up. Like if you can imagine a snake or a worm, inchworm, just going like that, the back ass end of it has to catch up to it somehow if it's all connected. And you get these weird crystals that are deep in underground. You don't know they're there, and they're being pounded together. And next thing you know, it creates a spark of something, or I don't know. But I believe that we have these little whirlwinds just all around, especially in Sedona. They talk about the portals. You can't see them, you can't feel them. But you know when you're in one or near one. I never had the luxury of that. I've been to Sedona, 50 times, never happened. Anyway, Nathan, you're all clear, kid. You seem to be truthful. I don't think you're lying. But I don't think you understand what happened. Of course you don't. And I'm not saying there was deception, but I'd have to look it over again. I think you filled in the holes, is what happened. That's what I'm trying to you filled in some holes that could only make sense to you, but you're really not sure. But you had an experience, I guess, and it seemed like you told the truth to me. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Elizondo. Time for the gonzo. Because we're here for a little longer. We started a little later tonight. So Elizondo, everybody knows he's the one who said, I want to take apart ufology, dismantle it, start over from scratch, why ufology must die, is the Liberation Times article with Lou Elizondo. Oh, did I miss a super? I turned my head for a second. That's amazing. Cash 45 with the $9 or $5 New Zealand super chat. That's a super dono from Cash 45, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Thank you very much for supporting the show that tells the truth. We are Truthology for Ufology right here on GoofOn. Giddy up. Thank you, Cash 45, for the New Zealand $9 American 5. Mucho gusto, generoso. Thanks, man. Nathan, you okay? Really? I don't think it happened. I think you made it up. There, I said it. Sorry. Don't be mad at me. I think you're testing us. There was a lot of deception, bro. No, I'm just kidding. We'll talk privately. You did fine. You did fine. We'll talk privately. You lying sack. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. You seem like you told the truth. Then again, I'll have to talk to you privately. You were good. You're good, man. You're good. Talk privately. Elizondo. I need a drink. I'm already on dry mouth. This was written by Lou Elizondo. Written by Lou Elizondo on September 5th. That's F-I-F-T-H, not F-I-T-H. That's not how you say fifth. Right? How do you say after fourth, what comes? It's not fifth. Why do people say F-I-T-H? Fifth? That's not it. It's not how you spell fifth. So stop saying fifth. It was the fifth one. I'm like, that's like saying library. It's library. There's an R in there. Use it. And there's no B in supposedly. There's no B. Some of you still say it. Stop saying that. You're an adult now. It's supposedly. D-L-Y. Because there's no suppose. Supposed to, it derives from suppose. And supposed. Just add an L-Y on there. I'm just trying to help. That's all. Forgive me. All right, ready? Elizondo, everybody. There she blows. And, Lou looks like he's still an ass. Yeah. Good picture, though. Good picture. Way to go, Lou. I'll give you credit. That's a good-looking beard. Now, that's a beard. Instead of having that landing strip on your chin. Yes, that's right. I said it before and I'll say it again, he said. As some people have pointed out, I want ufology, as we have known it, to die. I want to blow it up into a million bits, as is often quoted by my detractors. Me? No. However, if you only listen to those words that I said and not what followed, then this short article is written for you. See, here's what I don't understand about Lou. Why do this? Like, why does he care? You know, it's weird. That's what's weird about the guy. Like, if I was in mainstream media, I don't think I would involve myself with any community to correct what people are misreading or misquoting. It's like, hey man, the original article is out there. Original. That's a fun word to say. Say it. Original. That is good. But the original story should be suffice. And that's what I would tell people. Because how many times have you heard people repeat that? Lou wants to destroy ufology, break it into a million pieces. But we don't continue with the quote. Because then he says, basically, I want to fill it up with science guys and, smart people. He says, what was equally, if not more important, was what I said following the statement. Excuse me. The part that is usually left out by individuals and personalities who wish to cherry pick my words to weaponize them for the advancement of their own specific narratives. See, that's not true. By me, anyway. Not true. We go over it in probably minute detail. And that, I know, it's minutia. I know. Simply put, the reason I stated I wanted to kill ufology was so that whatever replaces it is something more holistic and harmonized, a community that is far more academically serious and intellectually representative of the topic. Well, Lou, when you deal with people, you don't get what you want. You just don't. But we said it right. We quoted Lou right here. I mean, we did say he wants to destroy it, but then you have to say and build it back up with, harmony and what? What did he say? Holistic and harmonized community. That's weird. Yeah, that's strange. Rather than a Wild West approach, I want to instill rigor, discipline, and professionalism into whatever follows. What I want in the utter destruction of ufology as we know it is the growth of something new that is far more academically and scientifically focused. I believe ufology must die, stigma and all, in order for us to advance our understanding into this enigmatic topic. Helen, you are right. Lou has such an inflated ego. He basically says he and his are clever, whereas we are stupid. Freaking beautifully said, yeah. Yeah. Exactly, Cashew. Killing it softly with his song. He's in the spotlight, wanting the bright light. Oh, that's not the song. Pretty amazing shit right here. This is an ego piece for sure. I believe ufology must die. I often said, both in public and in private, that I want ufology to go away, but in those conservations. I've also explained that whatever follows must evolve into something more comprehensive. In the death of ufology, I want a new type of ufology, a better ufology, an invigorated rebirth, like a powerful phoenix rising from the ashes. So why do I want to kill ufology? Well, science, of course. Okay, so I would agree with my own statement about me. I think you've got that right here. If you know how to hone this, we could have been killer. We could have done things for ufology. But your ego's bigger than mine, and you have to make up 15 different accounts just to have someone be honest with you. Isn't that sad? Lou had to make up all those other accounts to ask people, not as himself, but as a character, what do you think of Lou? Do you like him or love him? Oh, I think Lou's great. Now his ego got even bigger. Oh, yeah, I think he's okay. And then he probably said, I just wish he would be more truthful. And then the other person would say, what do you mean? Lou's very truthful. Ego. The head just gets bigger. All he wants to do is toot his own horn. And I think this is weird. I think this is weird. Who was talking about this that he needed to go out and write this? Sorry, I had a coughing fit. Let's look at our own sun as an example of death and rebirth. The sun, which we enjoy today to warm our beach bodies and grow basil on the windowsill, or what is known as a third generation star. What that means is that several generations of stars had to exist before our sun, and that the sun we orbit today is made of bits and pieces from other previous stars. Really? Is that true? I don't remember learning it that way. In fact, the material in our entire solar system, including our small rocky planet, was made up of the debris of several cataclysmic cosmic events billions of years ago involving death and the birth of stars in a supernova process. The ancestral stars that existed before our sun were either too hot, too big, or too volatile to sustain life as we know it today. It was only through the death and rebirth of several stars before our sun are we now able to enjoy the relatively constant and predictable behavior of our solar neighbor. As we see in nature, time and time again, rebirth is a result of death, and like fire to an unhealthy crop or farmer's field, the destruction of one thing often gives rise to something much better and healthier. The best crops grow when the overgrowth is gone and the soil is rich in nutrients. Well, let me tell you something. You can't destroy ufology because there's so much history before you, Lou. It's not all about you and what you want. What about what everybody else? Oh, it is. No. Make no mistake about it. This is all about what Lou wants. He's explaining to us all what Lou wants when he means, I want to destroy ufology. He did it already, but now he's going into examples of the sun and how it becomes the sun and how we enjoy the sun after the death of 2 or 3 other suns. And I mean, it's like, dude, you're doing it again. You're talking in circles. Nobody cares. We get it. We understood what you meant. We don't need to hear how you want to break things down yourself, because it'll never happen. Then he says, this brings me to my second point of why ufology must die: accountability. The behavior of some professed ufologists on social media has been far less than productive at times. Wrong. We're calling you out and you don't like it. So that means, you know what it means, what he just said. We're doing bad stuff. We're not productive. Actually, we are. You're not. You're not productive. Put out the worst TV show, that got canceled. TTSA you canceled. ATIP shut down because of you. Right? Isn't that what your claim is? You left ATIP, they shut down. Big Dog, not home. Can't protect. Close it down. It's all about you. It is. This whole thing is all about him. That's why he's trying to get himself involved. Galileo, Space Force, The Office, all this shit. He's going to be in deep. We're going to be seeing Lou for decades. Well, at least 1 decade, we hope. I don't know. The guy doesn't look too healthy when he's walking around. I'm a little worried for him. Let's see. The ufology sandbox, unfortunately, has a few naughty children in it that have decided that no other children are allowed to play in their sandbox. That's you! That's you, fruitcake! That's you and your kids! They're the ones that want to cancel everybody so nobody can play in their sandbox, you fake, fraud, fool. The 3 F's. Fake, fraud, and fool. What a piece of shit. Well, I didn't read this whole thing yet. This is horse shit. I'm glad I'm reading it now. You suck. You are so backwards, Lou. You got it all wrong. You got it wrong. We don't got it wrong. We got it right. You're wrong. Your friends don't allow us to play with them. They're the mean ones. They're the ones that you tell to go dox, that you tell to go harass, that you tell to go report. Yeah. I didn't tell them directly. You don't have to. They'll clean your boots even when you're dead. They look up to you. I don't know how. I mean, you're only 5'2", but they look up to you. Frickin' bowling ball fool. Yeah. Name calling now? Yep. That's right. Name calling. That's what you do. That's what you do. I don't deal with terrorists. I don't talk to crybabies. Take you out behind the house. Show you the truth. Sorry. Memories just... It's very fresh. From my perspective, why are we throwing sand at each other when we should concentrate on building sandcastles together? Because you tell your people to cancel. Docs. Especially now when countries such as San Marino are poised to possibly help champion the UAP effort internationally through efforts like Project Titan. The first place people who are familiar with UAPs will go looking for information about the topic will be social media. Is this really the first impression we want to provide them? Look in the mirror, dude. Ask yourself that question. Sadly, the UFO community as of late has become somewhat of an irrational morass of mob rule and popularity seekers. Sorry, I've been here 18 years, you... Gone is the respect of decorum, because of you, in favor of mosh pit elbow shoves and boot kicks, because of you. Voices of those who would otherwise apply a scholarly focus are being drowned out by those social media personalities sensationalizing their efforts as disclosure activists in order to generate revenue through viewers and subscribers. Wait. And what about you, fool? Writing a book now. Fool. Looking to make some money off your experience. Fool. What a fucking hypocrite you are. Man, this guy. You know I'm older than you, so I have a little more knowledge than you do. And I've been in the field 18 years, you've been in it 5. Why don't you think you take a lesson from those who've been here before instead of acting like you know what the fuck you're doing? All you're doing is taking down everything we have created. Not you. You came in late. Your job is to confuse, misdirect. That's what you do. Central Intelligence guy. Right? What is he? What is he? He's not CIA. Mr. Know Everything. Mr. Lou Elizondo. Mr. Know-It-All. He wouldn't fucking pass He wouldn't pass Goof on 101. He wouldn't make that he would fail. He doesn't know how to work a camera. He doesn't have to, right? Because he's got all the camera work being done for him. This guy never had an experience that I've ever heard him talk about other than his fake bullshit remote viewing sessions that he had around the fire one day with his fucking army buddies. Yeah, those are a laugh riot, Alice. And what about all the other shit this guy's doing in the field, huh? Come on now. This is the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen. You look in the mirror, Lou. Look in the mirror. I'm talking to you. Look in the mirror right now. What do you see? I believe you see nothing. That's what I believe. Dave Scott, spaced out radio, thrown down a Canadian 10 spot right in the middle of the freaking motherfucking. Thanks, Dave. Spaced out radio is doing really good. Doing really good. Good numbers, man. Good audience. Keep it up. Seriously, I'm shocked every time I go. I am. I'm shocked. I'm like, holy shit, he's got 250 people and they're staying the whole show. Good for you, man. It's good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Mucho gusto generoso, Dave Scotso. Thanks, man. This is not an article. This is from Liberation Times. I'll put the link in the chat room so you can read it yourselves along with me, or just read it and then listen to... I'm almost done with it. I should have done that earlier. There you go. That's the article I'm reading. Lou wrote this. This is from Lou. All right, let's continue on. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have my face there, Dave. I wanted to say it, look you in the eye. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it. I'm checking. Hold on. Why do you do that to me? Sadly, the UFO community, of late has become somewhat, I already read that, of an irrational morass of mob. Gone is the respect and decorum in favor of mosh pit elbows and throwing names. Voices of those who would otherwise apply a scholarly focus are being drowned out. That's a bullshit statement by those social media personalities sensationalizing their efforts as disclosure activists. Oh, that's aimed at Lou CR. Holy shit, that's a hand grenade right there. In order to generate revenue. Oh yeah, he made $4,000 that night. You think I'm lying? Go watch that. He made about $4,000. Unbelievable. That had to break the record of all time. Yeah, that's unreal. Well, now that gives him 3 months to go make all the videos he wants about us. And feel proud of it, too. You're going to feel proud? You're going to make me look bad again? Good. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because you are a problem. Everybody's a freaking problem in this field. I know, Glenn, I know. That's all Lou wants to do is wind us up. And all the rest of us up to making us all argue with each other. That's what they love. That's why they love the woke. We never talk about that ever because it's useless. He doesn't do anything. And there's nothing to say. That channel is so insignificant right now, Secure Team 10. You never hear anything about Secure Team, ever. Nobody's talking about you. Oh, sorry, Nick, you got me riled up there. Right, we were doing fine? Is that what you think? Let me tell you something about that, Samo Gufonian Rockstar. We were doing the same. Nothing has changed. This is the way ufology's been from day one. And let me tell you something. If you think, let's imagine Lou created ufology all over again with his friends, his army buddies, Sean Cahill. I'm sure they shared many a night inside a sleeping bag. I mean, those two guys right there are unacceptable. They are creating so much drama, you have no idea. It's unbelievable what's going on behind the scenes. I'm learning shit. It's amazing. It really is. I can't believe it. No, I can't believe it. Anyway, so Lou, back to this, just so I can finish it off. I think I'm almost done. Jesus, how long is... Oh, whatever. Sure. What I believe is needed is a ufology that includes rational-minded individuals from all walks of life, which we already have, guys. We already have that. But Lou doesn't like us because he's probably racist, with all unique perspectives. I said he might be. I didn't say he was. A ufology that promotes thoughtful study by the scientific and academic communities and by other disciplined researchers. Explain the others. Who are the other? See, he only tells you the big things. Oh, I want to have Oh, rational-minded people from all walks of life. Yeah, that's it. I want unique perspectives. That's what I want. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. I want a ufology that promotes thoughtful study by scientific and academic community. Oh, this is great. I'm going to put this on Liberation Times. But he doesn't say by other discipline researchers. Why do we not hear about, why doesn't Lou say cameramen, videographers? You know, the people who actually do all the hard work, not the guys who just sit there and go, oh, I took an x-ray. Looks like your skull is a little protruding. We call that, what is that new name they came out with? Oh, yeah. We call that the tree bark syndrome. It's like a tree, you know, the rings in the tree. Well, usually they're a nice circle, but on this side it comes out a little further. Well, that's happening to your brain. That's a tree ring syndrome. Yeah, you got tree ring syndrome. I don't know what it means, but you might have been near a microwave oven. And you're Professor Gary Nolan? No, I'm Professor Gary P. Nolan. Don't forget the P, because if you do, you'll have a wet diaper. I hate that guy. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm lost. I need to smoke a doobie. Where's my doobie? We still got time to go. I'm not stopping. I want to rip away the old decades. The decades-old dissected and hardened conspiracies and cultish encaves. Is that how you say it? Like tearing off an old scab. You don't tear off the scab. See, that's the thing. You're tearing shit off that needs to stay there. You need the history to learn about where you're going. All right, are we done then? We're done? He says, if I were king for a day, what would this new environment look like? In this new environment, topics such as xenoscience, exopolitics, astrobiology, and exotheology would not be ostracized as fringe science. As the phenomenon are still not fully yet understood and there truly are unknowns, we must keep ourselves open to a variety of possibilities by allowing ourselves to pragmatically frame up the what-ifs into something form of academic or scientific nomenclature. Culture? Clature. Not a word I like to use often. It's not a fun word to say. He could have chosen something else, but he's testing me. He wanted me to read that. Lou knew I was going to read this out loud. Let's see. Let's put in some words in here I don't think Rich can say. Holy shit, he said it. Oh, no, you didn't say that one that easily, did you? Ha-ha, got you on nomenclature. Gotcha. In this new environment, there is trust and respect between the academics, scientists, and government organizations acting as custodians for the hard data that needs to be studied and evaluated. Yeah, here's what's going to happen. He's going to get all of his little boys having their all little jobs. Everybody's going to be put in their cubicles. And, and when the footage comes in or the person comes in with an injury, everybody gets to work, right? And then Lou's going to walk around. Who in here went to the bathroom and did not flush the toilet? Who didn't flush the toilet? That's going to be at the office of Lou. Oh, here we go. Unfortunately, the reality show social media circus of today has challenged the government's confidence in ufology as a worthy area of study. Yeah, week after week, these same disclosure advocates, in quotes, create their own new conspiracies, further alienating anyone in our government willing to champion the cause. Wait. That definitely can't be me, because there's nobody in mainstream media watching me. He's got to be talking about Stephen Greenstreet and Greenwald. But there's more. While to some, these podcasts, YouTube channels, Twitter feeds and Instagram pages may be entertaining for those making serious decisions about the future of how we will address this issue, some of these venues, not all, have created more confusion and division. Hey, you did that, Lou. You did that. And this guy, Lou, he won't even admit it, that what he said and the violence that he wanted to force us into believing what he's saying. Take him out behind the house and I'll show them the truth. Are we talking inches or are we talking 2 fists? Oh, Jesus Christ, never mind that. Don't answer it. Don't answer it. I think I know what you did. I think I know what you do. Consequently, we now must take more care than ever in how we engage the public. We need to be better at removing our own egos from these conversations, says the man with the biggest ego on the planet. And we see he's projecting. This is all Lou. This is him. He is writing about him. Holy shit, that's true. This is a projection piece. This is Lou projecting who he really is. The disruptor. The fly in the ointment. Right? He's the one. Can't say anything. Got that NDA. Can't talk about this. And how many times have we read in the comment sections of every interview Lou Elizondo has done? People say it all the time. He did a lot of talking about what? I have no idea. He said nothing and he did it well. So I still want to kill ufology. Yeah, you betcha. But it's only because I have the hope and faith that we can all create something much, much better. You're not the guy for the job, Lou. That's why you got demoted to the UFO office in the basement. Like Fox Mulder. They put you in the basement. ATIP. Right? Even though that was just a nickname for OSAP. Lekatsky, Jim Lekatsky should have your job. Lekatsky should be doing this. I like the last name Lekatsky. That sounds strong. Jim Lekatsky here is about to tell us about the about the UFOs that were seen over the Capitol in 1956. The topic of UFOs may very well be the greatest mystery our species has ever faced. Let's each take a good long look in the mirror. Oh my God. Self-reflection is sometimes scary, but is necessary for growth. Take a look in the mirror yourself, hypocrite. Hopefully the person standing in front of you in the mirror will listen to you. See, that's Lou. He's got sock accounts and multiple personalities. I don't know, but you would have to be really good at creating all these personalities and acting like you care, acting like you're mad, acting like you're sad, acting like an ass. That one came easy for you. All right, let's see. Yeah, Richard Butt is Lou. Screw it. Yeah, come on. I said it first and everybody said you're crazy. There's no way Richard Butt is Lou. Then it was brought out it might be Jennifer, his wife. And then Lou says, no, just to put this to bed. I and my wife Jennifer are neither Richard Butt or Dick Butkus. I'm just saying, I may have a body like Butkus, but the good news is that we all have a chance to do this the right way, and it is never too late to reevaluate our approach and change course. Why not give the topic the respect it deserves and allow the phoenix to shake off the old ashes and spread her wings? Why not allow this beautiful bird to rise up? Hold on. I mean, really, this is beautiful. Hold on. Why not allow this beautiful bird to rise up with dignity? She deserves and to fly to her new perch. Where she rightfully belongs. The only thing preventing that is you and me. No, ufology, no. 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 Congratulations, Lou. You're the best actor in ufology. The best. Good night, everybody. That takes care of Goof On. Have a good night. We went over. I know you got to run to the other shows real quick. You got to go. Go ahead. We'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. right here on Goof On, right here on YouTube. And we will see what holds for tomorrow in the ufology world. I want to give thanks to Lou Elizondo for being you. And the many other personalities that you have out there. Congratulations. You are a sock puppet. Who's pulling your strings, I wonder? Thank you, moderators, super chatters, newcomers, and veterans. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Goof On. This is Truthology for Ufology. You know it, you love it, you listen, you need it. You know it's true. Everything we say is true. No lies. Yeah. Truthology for Ufology. Get out of here. Alien bless.
Goof on.